And hello and welcome back for the second game between Fleet CMD and Rage Against the Aliens. Hello everyone, I am Ace and I have gotten the honors of casting this second game. Yes, so let's see how this is going to turn out. We have of course Monmon playing as Advent here in the bottom right corner. Starting out with the Radiance. We have Danny playing as Vasari, as usual, starting with the Evacuator, representing Team Fleet Command. And here up in the top right, we have Smithimoto playing as Tech, starting out with the Sova carrier, colonizing here. While we have Memphis Diablo going for the Vasari once again, using the Evacuator. Alright, so this game we are playing on the map Transtav, which is, as you can note here, a very large map for being a 4-player map. There's a lot of planets here that each player is going to have to capture before they're going to run into each other. You see there are a couple of asteroids, a couple of volcanic and ice planets, together with primordial planets, yeah, so there's quite a few planets, 7 even, before we're going to get into the center here. And of course, when playing in such a large map like this, I think that there are a couple of important things here that you should look for, I think. And the first is colonization speed. I mean, colonization speed is always going to be important, no matter what game you play. But in this case, I think there are some special quirks, because there's going to be a lot of just like single player sort of colonizing. Each player is going to be left on their own for quite a while before running into each other. So it's really going to matter here the technique of each player. How fast they're going to move from planet to planet, how good they're going to micro their ships, and so on. And another thing to keep in mind is that when playing on a large map like this, getting these center planets or getting to them as fast as possible and setting up important choke points or ways of producing ships is also going to be insanely important. These center planets are the bread and butter here of what's going to decide the game, I think. At least from a strategic standpoint. Of course, there are other things that could decide the game, but given that one of these players is going to reach the center faster and be able to capture one of these rich planets, they're going to have an insane economic advantage, which is going to scale. And as you can see, since there are this many planets here to capture, there's also to be considered that probably each player is going to be able to reach into the middle game before they run into each other. So I would like to see here also, so yeah, what that means, I think, is that much of this game is going to be decided based also on how well these players are going to pace their economy, and how well they're going to, while they're colonizing, be able to scale their economy through this colonization phase, and also time it well enough so that they're ready to have military research completed when they're about to run into their opponent, and also have their production set up. The timing and the technique is going to be really important in that regard. So what I'm expecting here, I'm going to take a look at some of these different players. We have just 1-1 in research for most players. We can see that Monmon playing as Advent here, right? Is he playing as Advent? Yeah. Monmon here is going for a quick harmony research tier 2, which I kind of like. I kind of like this on a large map like this, to go for a quick economic research, try to get some more cash flowing in before they're going to run into their opponent. Yes. So what else can we say about this game? Not a lot, not much is going on so far. We can see Mon here started out with the Radiance. Something I've noticed, the Radiance, of course, very powerful battleship. But as I said, in this type of game, I feel like colonization speed is going to be very important. And I mean, Radiance, of course, very powerful starting capital ship, but since the Radiance is more suited for early combat against light frigates, it's not going to be as effective here, I think. I would have liked to see a Halcyon or something for just faster colonization speed. But of course, maybe Mon is simply more used to the Radiance and wants to play it like he's used to, which I completely understand. It's going to be much better to play what you know, even if it's slightly less effective in theory. All right, so what else can we see here? We see Danny here going for capturing this ice planet. Nothing special at all, I think. He's also going to be able to capture this primordial planet. If I remember correctly, yes. Let's see. Yes, Danny has already primordial occupation researched, which playing Vasari, you can get that already in tier 1, which is very, very nice. However, it shouldn't be a problem for other players to get the primordial colonization going, since getting to tier 2 civic or economic civilian research is not going to be any problems. Yeah, I forgot to mention, of course, this is the second game of the series, so and the last game was won by Fleet CMD by Mon and Danny here. So unless our team here, Rage Against Aliens, are going to come up with some sort of comeback, then it's going to be the case that Fleet CMD is going to take 4th place. So an important game here for Rage Against the Aliens. Yeah, taking a look at the map right now, I can sort of sense that in terms of colonization speed, Fleet CMD clearly has a distinct advantage here. Our red player, Memphis Diablo, has captured 4 planets. Hasn't even gotten over here to the ice planet, unfortunately, which is a bit slower than their respective counterparts. Danny here has captured already 5 extra planets and is about to head over, I suspect, to the asteroid here towards the center. The same goes for Mon here, about to capture the primordial planet, already on it, using some frigates here and a colony missionary vessel to capture it. So a very distinct difference here in colonization speed between these two players, which is quite telling, I think, of what might happen here in the future. So yeah, I would really like to see Rage Against the Aliens speed up their colonization here. They really need to get into these center planets to try to get a foothold. Also, if not anything, to try to fight these neutral militia to gain some extra experience. Of course, gas giants are difficult to colonize, so this is kind of might become quite late. But there are other planets here which are important, like this Terran planet, so which of course they they could colonize. It's also it would give a huge economic boost to whoever gets it. We can see that it's even skipped to speed up the colonization phase here. Mon has even skipped to clear some of these neutral militia, which is a fine move, I think. Of course, the disadvantage of doing this is that he's never going to be able to build anything on this ice planet for as long as these ships are here. So if he wants to build anything here, he's going to have to send some ships over to clear this out later. But given that Mon and their respective teams have so many planets to work with already, it is not going to be a problem whatsoever, I think, unless this goes very late into the game. So what's going on here? Dan is capturing this asteroid. We can see also Monmon's capturing this asteroid, already coming into the center here at 17 minutes into the game. Yeah, just a clear difference in speed here. Not much more to say about that. I fully expect that Fleet CMD, or the team Fleet CMD, is going to be able to take advantage of this very soon. All right, so let's take a look at a little bit of the other parts of the game. So just looking around here at the different players. Our yellow player Smithimoto has gone into civilian to research. He's researched some economic stuff, prioritized getting this primordial colonization, which is very important. There are some stuff left here which would be very useful, and floating some money here as well. So perhaps if he would research some stuff here, it would be helpful for him. Also waiting for some military research here to complete. He has the required research points. So right now researching military 2, very nice. Really need that extra supply going, and also try to get some more higher quality ships in preparation for this confrontation. That's going to happen soon. Taking a look at Memphis Diablo, we can see a lot of stuff queued up here. This Empire research is just going to keep ticking here. I don't think you should queue anymore. I think this is plenty of things queued already. A little bit ineffective, but I'm actually not I'm not the biggest enemy of queuing up stuff. I think that there's a lot of stuff to keep track of in this game. So of course, queuing up stuff can help you. It can really help you keep your mental focus where it matters. Queuing up some stuff allows you to focus on other stuff, like moving your ships around easier, taking a look at the map, scouting out what's about to go down on these different planets. So not really a problem, I think. We can see also that Memphis has the required research points to go for Warfare 3, but hasn't really gone over there yet. So, and the supply here is looking quite low for both players of Rage Against the Aliens, which is fine at this point, but would like to see some extra production being set up here so that they can contest these planets, because right now it's going to be very bad for them if Fleet Command manages to take each and every one of these center planets. It would be quite a devastating loss, and it would be very difficult to come back from. They, at the very least, need to take control of this ice asteroid, I think. If Danny somehow gets a foothold on this ice asteroid here, while having the Terran planet in the back, it's just going to be terrifying, a very terrifying positional advantage, long-term positional advantage. All right, so what are we going to see from our other players? Smithimoto is on 4-4 research. He's doing some economic stuff. Oh, sorry, no. I was going to take a look at Danny and Monmon here. So Danny is also on 4-4. He's researching Terran occupation, of course, wants to be able to capture this Terran planet. He's camping right here, right now, to wait until he's going to be able to take this Terran. I would actually like to see Danny send one of his evacuators over to this ice asteroid while he's waiting for this to complete, or at least or no, even better would be to leave one of his evacuators here on the Terran planet, waiting for it to colonize, and then send the rest of his fleet over here to the ice asteroid to try to get a foothold here as fast as possible. I'm not sure if Danny has a vision here. Maybe he's afraid that he's going to run into a large fleet and end up losing some ships. But yeah, we can see he's scouted here 3 minutes ago. Taking a look at Danny's vision here, we can see he scouted only 3 minutes ago, so he shouldn't be too afraid of Memphis Diablo's ships. He should be going over here as fast as possible. Now he's captured the Terran planet, which is fine, and now he's sending his ships over, I suspect, or is he gonna stay here? Alright, so he's gonna stay here, which is an interesting decision. I was expecting him to go for this ice asteroid over here. Maybe he is thinking that the Terran planet is such an important planet and he really doesn't need this asteroid to feel safe having an advantage. So maybe he's just playing it safe over here. But a little bit of an unlucky spawn, I must say, of the planets. We have the neutral faction Pranast United here, kind of blocking out Smidimoto's progress, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it matters much because there's really only one extra ice asteroid here on this side that Mon has compared to his respective counterpart, or to his yellow counterpart. So yeah, no fighting yet. Our red player Memphis Diablo is finally getting over here to this ice asteroid and capturing it, which is unfortunate here for Danny. If Memphis Diablo manages to set up some defense here, it might start to get annoying if he's gonna capture this back. Okay, so Memphis Diablo decides to leave this asteroid that he just captured. I'm not sure. Oh, so okay, so Memphis Diablo decides to leave because his asteroid over here is getting bombed out by the neutral faction's pirates. That's very unfortunate, actually. It's one of the features of this map that you have this rotating pirate planet over here, which can be quite annoying. It regularly attacks these center planets if you're not careful. And oh, and here's actually a planet that that our yellow player haven't captured yet. So Smithy hasn't captured this this volcanic planet. I would really like to see him do that. Really need to capture all of these planets to gain the required economy to contest your opponent here. Shouldn't be skipping out on these planets on a large map like this. So yeah, we'll see. He's doing some garrisons. Might be annoying in the future, but for now, not much is going on. So, alright, so we're hitting 30 minutes into the game. We going to see what's going to happen. Neither team is going particularly aggressive here, I think. We talked about colonization speed. Of course, Fleet Command has had the faster colonization, but we're going to see how they're deciding to use this colonization advantage that they have here. We can finally see some fighting is about to go down. We have some Vigilist Sentinels from Mon and his Radiants going for an attack on this asteroid. He has gone through the neutral faction and the gas giant to fight here. So a bit of a bold maneuver here. He doesn't have any way to send in reinforcements quick because there's 2 jumps away from the closest plans to build new ships. And we can see that he has tried to go for an attack on this asteroid, but now he's engaged in a 2 versus 1 fight. He doesn't seem to be too afraid of this. Even though he's fighting 2v1, he's deciding to stay. He's going to try to attack these small light frigates. A really nice micro here also from Mon. microing out of the AoE cloud from the evacuator. Very, very nice. The Radiance is going to just stand here and try to gain some levels from these garrison ships, I guess. He just needs to be careful, Mon here, about not taking too heavy losses, because if he takes too many losses here, that's going to open up the opportunity for a counterattack. But of course, Danny here sees that two players are going to have to defend against Mon. And since two players are defending this asteroid, Danny of course sees this and thinks that, well, if both of their fleets are over there, I'm just going to go here and do an attack on the other side. So now our red player Memphis Diablo is forced to retreat to defend his own asteroid against these three capital ships, together with a quite large fleet, I must say, here with some Canrax. I'm gonna go over to Danny's view. He has 433 supply against our red player who has 562 supply, which is actually an advantage in favor of our red player here. Your red player has also some oppressors, which are extremely tanky, not easy to kill, and they're going to gain a lot of value here if this fight goes on. Danny retreats to the edge of the gravity well to try to fight some more. He decides to turn around, apparently trying to get some more levels on the ships, but this might have been a mistake because this evacuator is about to die, and also the cloud here preventing, not preventing the phase jump. It was the AoE cloud, not the ability that, I'm not remember the ability, but yeah, the gravity warhead. It wasn't the gravity warhead. If he used the gravity warhead there in the right timing to prevent Danny from jumping out, he might have been able to get the kill on his evacuator there. But unfortunately, a little bit too late. We can see Smithy is still being attacked by our blue player Mon. And it's actually getting completely annihilated here on this side. This is not looking good for a Rage Against the Aliens, because now there's basically no fleet left here on this side of our yellow player. Which means that fleet-wise, this is basically going to be a 2v1 for now. Our red player is going to have to make some really, really heavy carrying here until our yellow player can recover, but to be perfectly honest, I don't really see how they're going to recover from this, because Smithy, our yellow player, went for garrisons, and I'm not sure if he has the required economy to build another fleet here. I don't think it's going to be possible for him to do that anytime soon. Memphis, of course, is going to go back to try to defend this, and since he has oppressors, I think that he will be able to. So this is good news for Rage Against the Aliens. Since Red's army is over here, I would suspect, yeah, exactly, Danny should be paying attention here, and he's going to go back towards this asteroid. And I would like to see some communication here, I hope, from Team Fleet Command, because now Danny is going to come back to this asteroid, which of course is going to prompt a red player to also jump back, and I would like to see blue player Mon immediately jump back here to help his teammate, which he is not doing, which is, yeah, okay. So this, I think this is a mistake here by Mon. He should be helping his teammate out. His teammate is clearly distracting our red player here to a very high degree. This is quite of an even fight. There's a starbase being built here even, and if this starbase is being built, this is going to allow them to stall quite well, I think, which is going to give them another chance in this game. But apparently Mon did retreat all the way back to his ice asteroid here. which is, yeah, as I said, it's not a move I particularly like. It's going to become much more difficult now once the starbase is built. And if he was jumping back here to this to this asteroid of yellow, Smithy's yellow asteroid here, it would have been very difficult for them to hold, because our blue player could just keep killing yellow and keep pushing into his system, which would have forced our red player to help yellow defend. And that would have been complete. That would have given Danny completely free reign to do whatever he wants for a couple of minutes, building up an army and trying to storm this position either later or just following along our blue player Mon into the system. But now, as the phase lanes actually changed, so before there was a phase lane jump from this Pronast United neutral faction over to Smithy's asteroid. But since the phase lanes changed over here, this is going to not be the case anymore. And now there's going to be a single choke point instead, and Starbase has actually been built, and a really massive amount of cannons here, really massive amount of turrets. These turrets are going to be quite annoying in the near future, but spending this much money on turrets is also dangerous, because if our Team Fleet Command realizes this, they're going to be able to realize also that they don't really have to worry about any sort of attack. They have, as we can see, they have taken every single center planet over here. And having taken this center planet, they are really not in any hurry whatsoever. They can just sit here and chill and eco up as much as they want. They can go for a Titan, they can go for, yeah, basically whatever they want militarily wise. And it's going to be just very easy for them to get whatever they want research-wise to break this eventually. Even though there's a lot of defenses here right now, with the right technology, you can easily get an army that's strong enough to break this. And we can see an attack going over here. You can see Memphis Diablo is trying to break this position. I think he feels trapped. I think he really feels trapped over here. Of course, they know that they have a disadvantage here economy-wise because they don't have enough planets. So he's deciding to send his ships over here for some attempt to break this position, but I don't... This seems completely impossible to me. He has a bunch of oppressors, but against 5 capital ships, and a bunch of turrets here, I don't see how he's gonna break this. There's a ton of turrets here as well, and a lot of ships being built. Right, so there's Canrax and the Overseers, and also some oppressors coming over to help. So building ships here constantly. Our red player isn't able to break this position, which means that they're going to be trapped here for a while longer. And they're just gonna have to sit here and wait. And as you can see, one of the quirks of this map Transtav is that eventually these planets here, due to the planet orbits, are going to collide. So we have these edge planets over here that are going to collide with each other eventually. We can see the orbits coming over here right now. So once these planets collide, another phase lane is gonna open up to allow for a potential backdoor through their opponent's systems. However, it doesn't seem like any player is really in any mood to do that. We can see Smithy hasn't even captured this volcanic planet, which is, as I said, probably a mistake, because, or well, it is definitely a mistake, because he could really use this extra planet right now for economy. he needs to rebuild his fleet. He's doing garrisons, but eventually they're gonna have to attack, and he needs some way to have the economy necessary to build a fleet if they're gonna be able to get back into this game. We can see a bunch of culture from Fleet Command, which I really like to see as well. The culture spread here is very nice in their home system. It's gonna give them better economy, better mining. So very, very nice there. And yeah, there seems to not be too much for Rage Against the Aliens to do here, because they're just stuck on this asteroid with these defenses. Safe for now, but as I said, eventually this is not going to last, because we can see... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. Alright, there we go, sorry. Yeah, I accidentally clicked the replay, rewind, so I have to cut the video off to try to get back to where we were. Alright, but as I said, they're pretty much stuck here on this asteroid with these defenses, not much for them to do. And pretty much there's gonna be some sort of a waiting game here while the respective players tech up. I would like to see now where everyone are with respect to the research. We can see Monmon has gone into, or blue player Monmon has gone into 8-8, going into Harmony 3, attempting to get some more economy going, which I really like to see. Also, same thing goes for, let's see, same thing goes for Danny here, going for an 8-8. So really pumping out some research here now. Getting some economy upgrades going. This is going to allow them to scale very well. They're not in any hurry to do anything. They've seen their opponents build a bunch of defenses. All they need to worry about is a potential backdoor here through this these side planets, but given that they've scouted this out, they shouldn't be worried. And right. Since we can see the entire map, we can see that neither player is attempting to do anything fancy over here on this side. So yeah, not much for them to worry about. They can just basically sit here and build their economy. As I said, they're on 8-8. Monmon going for even more economic research, which is interesting. And yeah, we can see Rage Against the Aliens lacking behind here in some research as well. Which is no surprise, since they don't really have the economy to support that kind of research while also building a fleet. Their colonization was a bit slower, which means they're not going to have the same speed in their research here as well. So yeah. Yeah, what can we talk about in calm times like these? Not much is going on, of course. We can see that we have this army camped out over here by the neutral faction. What's the armor composition looking like? Maybe I should... I haven't really paid attention to that this game. Too much at least, but we can see some Illuminators coming in from Monmon. He's still only on one capital ship, which is interesting. Not really opting for building anything more, going for a sub-cap fleet. Alright, and what do we have from our red player? We have a bunch of oppressors, of course. We noted that before. Only one capital ship. Would perhaps like to see some more. Yeah, I would really like to see some more capital ships here coming out from red. That would be very nice addition to his army. Has 1,000 supply. Also, Monmon has 1,000 supply. Smithy here is really, his army really took a big hit here before, only at 300 supply, which is not much at all at this stage of the game. Really needs to get some more supply going. Of course, he has these garrisons, but the garrisons are not going to be too effective at this point, because they're simply regular corvette and frigate garrisons, so they're not really going to be able to hold against these higher tech armies with like the Illuminators and capital ships with Vigilis and so on. So yeah, we really need to see Smithy coming back into this game if this is going to they're gonna have any chance of a comeback. Because I don't think that Memphis is going to be able to do anything on his own. Of course, they have bought some time here, so Smithy should be able to come back a little bit into this game given proper play, but we'll see how it goes. What else can we see? We can see 1,000 supply from Monmon, 1,000 supply from Memphis. What's Danny's supply looking like? 900 supply over here. Right, so, and a lot of capital ships here from Danny, which I also like. It's these capital ships are extremely dangerous. Very, very nice to have this many capital ships. Just needs to be afraid to not lose them, but I don't really see how he could lose them that easily. So yeah, so a large capital ship fleet from Danny. We got Monmon rocking the Illuminator subcap fleet, whereas Memphis has the Oppressor fleet here. So and our yellow player going for some garrisons. So right, yeah, not much is going on. I'm expecting, as I said, just a build up for an attack. So yeah. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. What are you supposed to do in a situation like this? Maybe you should just back colonize some planets if you're Team Fleet CMD here. We can see if, yeah, it's going for 15-15 here, which I'd like to see as well. There's no reason to delay any research here. You can just go for whatever you want. You can go for Titan here, because a Titan is definitely going to help break this if he wants to go for that. And if he does, it's gonna work eventually. We can see some raid. Okay, so Danny is finally deciding to use this face lane on the side here to try to send a couple of a little raid party over here. And these garrisons are actually going to be very helpful in neutralizing this, because there's a lot of ships here, and there's also a bunch of hangar defenses here. It's a very defensive stance here from Smithy. Danny notices, of course, that this isn't really going to work, and is now trying to send his raid fleet over to another planet in the hopes that there are no garrisons over there. But of course there are garrisons over here as well, so yeah. And Danny, we can see in the chat here, Danny actually says that he is about to get a Titan, or he's planning to go for a Titan, which I think is the right call. As I said before, getting a Titan would allow them to break these defenses, of course, because a Titan is just super tanky and has the necessary damage to get through these defenses here. And also, getting a Titan would really help before this fight, because a Titan, of course, gets more and more powerful as it levels up. So when the Titan is completed, if they can just mow all of these ships down, the Titan is going to level up to maybe level 3 or something like that, and that is going to be very difficult for them to deal with then, or it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be impossible for them to deal with at that point. Okay, so yeah, the raid party here, of course, failed, as we can see. It's going to be difficult for him to raid anything. Oh well, oh, maybe not. Some of these corvettes are going to get through, and this asteroid over here actually doesn't have any garrisons on it, so we'll see. Maybe the garrisons can follow, of course. Yeah, the garrisons can follow the fleet for at least one jump, so that's no problem. However, we can see that our orange players, yeah, Danny's fleet is over here now on this ice asteroid. He has actually built phase jump inhibitors, which is an interesting decision. But due to the shifting phase lanes here, Danny's army is kind of out of position. I think he just noticed that too. So then he's going to be actually send over his fleet. I'm suspect this is going to send it over to join up with his blue teammates' army. Yeah, we can see the rallying here, going over to his asteroid over here. And yeah, we're gonna see these two players team up soon enough. A small raid party here, it's not going to do much, I think. But a nice try, I really like the idea. Our red player realizes that this something needs to happen here. Is going to use this backdoor through these shifting phase lanes to try to get something going, to try to get a base trade going or something like that. However, I'm not really sure how this will go because, as we noted before, our red player Memphis Diablo went for a very oppressor-heavy fleet. Doesn't really have too many capital ships. Even though he's Vesari, he hasn't really built any extra capital ships. Or does he? Wait, where are his capital ships? His capital ships over here? No? Ah, where are his capital ships? No, I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, no, I was correct. He only has one capital ship ready. And because he has only one capital ship ready still, it's going to make it so that bombing these planets on the side is going to take quite a long time. If he had more capital ships here, I think this strategy would have worked better because now, even though he is here and he's kind of catching Mon off guard, he doesn't really have any stuff ready to deal with this. And they're actually sending a bunch of their fleets back through this side to try to counter this side attack. But sorry, because Memphis Diablo only has one cap ship, the bombing of this planet is going to take a very long time. Maybe he should have, yeah, this is hindsight, but maybe he should have made some bomber vessels or just made more capital ships. Yeah, probably would have been the right call. We see Memphis making a nice move here, doing some scouting on this volcanic planet to see, kind of preempt what they're gonna send to defend. He's gonna notice that there's nothing here, which should make him feel quite safe and just keep continuing to bomb this planet. Right, and our yellow player here is kind of still just camping out by these defenses, trying to rebuild his army, but I'm not sure if he is. I think he's just focusing on garrisons mostly. And garrisons, of course, are nice, but I think that it's a mistake, I think, to focus so much on defense, because now with this defense, of course, it's going to make it a bit annoying to invade his territory, but I really feel like defense should always be a complement to having a regular fleet, because the mobility of the fleet is very, very, very important. If you don't have the mobility of a fleet to actually go into another player's system, you're never going to be able to win, right? Because you're going to have to... You can't win by only playing defense. If of course, you have an economic advantage, such as a fleet, our team fleet CMD here has, because they have more planets, then playing like only for defense is a legitimate option, because they don't have to hurry. They can just wait and let their economy scale up. But in this situation, with much fewer planets in the hands of Rage Against the Aliens, I don't think this playing defense strat is the best option. I think that they need to do something more proactive in order to break this negative predicament that they are in. So Memphis is gonna attack over here, decides to not go further. I think maybe he scouted this out, that there's an army here to defend. But the fleet positioning here is quite interesting. We have Danny's fleet all the way over here on this volcanic planet, which I think is a peculiar positioning because he's not really close to anything. I would have suspected Danny if he went all the way over here to actually send his fleet through the back door as well to avoid these defenses. Maybe that is what he's trying to do. Yeah, it looks like he is actually trying to do that right now, which good for him. Very, very nice. So now this is going to become a problem because they focused, Rage Against the Aliens focused a lot of their defenses on this asteroid and spent a lot of resources on that. So this is going to be difficult for them to hold now because they're going as a combined force. And it's basically going to be a 2 versus 1 because Smith's ships are all the way over here. They're not really moving, and of course he has garrisons, but these garrisons are still only amount to low tier frigates, so they're not going to be able to do that much against this higher tier fleet. And Danny actually deciding to go back again, so some indecision here coming from Danny. I think he's afraid of a base trade, but I don't. Yeah, this is an interesting decision. I think this is, since he committed all the way over here. I think from what I can see, since he committed all of his army to go over here in the first place, I think that he should really not be wasting time going back. This is how I see it, at least. I think that since he committed to going all the way over here, he shouldn't be turning around here going back. He's just losing a lot of tempo here by being forced to go back or deciding to go back. We're gonna see if he is researching his Titan yet. Is there any Titan being researched? Yeah, the Titan research is of course completed. Is the Titan building? He's been queuing his Titan. We can see it over here that Danny has queued up his Titan. I'm not really sure where. So maybe it's over here or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can see here if there's any Titan being built. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Right, so here we can see that the Titan has been queued up. He's just waiting for the required exotics to complete. He needs 2 Quarniums and 1 Kalanite, a couple of Taurinite. So yeah, it's gonna take a while longer, I suspect. But hopefully not. How many? Okay, so he has 4 exotic refineries. 2 of them are already ready. So no, okay, so there's 3 here. So now that both the Quarniums he's working on both of his Quarniums right now. Once these Quarniums complete, the Titan is going to start to build. And once the Titan is completed, I'm not sure how this could end up in anything but a win for Fleet CMD. So yeah, from my perspective, this game looks to be pretty much over. I don't think there's any way that they can come back from this unless something very incredible happens. A lot of oppressors here, 80 oppressors, really going hard on these oppressors here. Very, very interesting, but he's fighting our blue player, Monmon. So how does the supply look over here? There is Monmon actually in quite a bit of a disadvantage supply-wise. He has 1,000 supply against Memphis Diablo's 1,300 supply. So quite a bit of a disadvantage here. However, all of these illuminators are going to focus down the evacuator if Memphis Diablo isn't careful. And the oppressors are not going to be able to kill all of these illuminators in time before they're able to kill the evacuator. So yeah, he really needs to... Yeah, so it seems like the evacuator is going to go down. I don't see how it's going to survive. I don't think it's... Yeah, it's too far away from the gravity well and there's too many illuminators. Okay, so the illuminators are gonna have to turn around here. The turn rate is quite slow, but yeah. Yeah, the evacuator is gonna end up going down, which is the only capital ship here of Memphis Diablo. He's left with only oppressors to fight. And now I'm not really sure if these oppressors are going to be able to hold this. I mean, trading here is fine, even though he's still at a supply disadvantage. I think that trading here is absolutely fine because he does have a capital ship here that is leveling up, and he's gonna be able to taunt these oppressors if he wants to. So quite nice fight here from Mon. Very nice. Trading very efficiently here, even though he's down a bit in supply. But I think this is the correct choice still. So we can see how is Danny's Titan coming along. It is building here, right? Yeah, so it's building. It's 17% completed. We can see down here in the menu. 19, 20% completed. And making the correct decision here, I think Danny as well, to build it close to the center so that it can join the fight faster. Let's see. Smithy has 1,000 supply close to the center here, and yeah, might need to do something proactive here soon to help his teammate. Memphis Diablo is actually winning this fight because he has more supply. The oppressors are very strong, but as I said, this is still just the normal supply. He doesn't have a capital ship left now to absorb all of this experience. And even though he's kind of winning this trade here, I think it's not gonna matter because... Oh, and okay, yeah, I actually missed this, but Mon actually is the first one to complete their Titan. So I completely missed that. Sorry to Mon, but yeah, very nice. Actually completing their Titan before Danny here, and is gonna send it in. So now they're gonna have 2 Titans that are gonna be able to fight this battle and start absorbing experience. And yeah, not much to say here. This game is completely over. Yeah, it's just completely over. I don't see any way for Rage Against the Aliens to come back, and I expect them to kind of say GG here soon. But we're gonna play it out and see what happens. So red player only has oppressors, but they're just gonna melt to all of these. Yeah, these are just gonna... Unfortunately, these oppressors are just gonna end up gifting experience now to the capital ship and Titans here. And yeah, they're not really gonna help the situation, unfortunately. Yeah, trying to fight here even though he's completely lost. So kind of implicitly giving up, I suppose. Making a final stand at least, trying his best. Yeah, I shouldn't say he's implicitly giving up. That's maybe a bit too much, but he's actually fighting for it valiantly. I think that's what's going on. He's actually running away now and not wanting to lose the rest of his fleet. We can see our 2 players here teaming up. Mon and Danny are teaming up together. They're gonna have to go in here on this primordial planet, and at this point they definitely can because they have a Titan, they have multiple capital ships. Our yellow player Smithimoto is attacking on this side, so he's finally gonna be able to deal some damage over here. However, there's also a Titan that has been completed here on this side, and I mean, this Titan is already level 2. It spawned level 2, which is very nice. He got the upgrade for the increased starting experience. So I think that Danny can basically just send this Titan over. Yeah, he can definitely just send this Titan over, and it's gonna pretty much solo. Yeah, it's gonna definitely just solo this entire fleet. So there's even though this fleet is 700 supply, I think that the Titan is gonna... Yeah, the Titan is definitely gonna be able to deal with this on this side, no problem. And while the Titan is dealing with the yellow fleet here in the center, we're gonna have a 2v1 gang up on the other side. And this Eradica Titan is just gonna farm these garrisons for experience now, as well as these suppressors, which is gonna just make it even stronger and even more unstoppable. All of these garrisons now that were built before are going to send all of their light frigates in to try to defend. But at this point, as I said, this is just going to be experience fodder for these capital ships and Titan. So not really a great thing indeed. These garrisons and small ships are going to end up being more of a liability than an advantage, unfortunately. And the yellow fleet here is not it's standing still over here. Of course, at this point, yeah, I've said it multiple times, but there's not much to do here. The Titan is just camping here. I think the Titan, maybe Danny is focused on the other side and forgot that he has a Titan over here. But the Titan could definitely go in and attack here on this side, I think. It should be able to do pretty good damage against this fleet. Probably if he's gonna be attacked here on this side, he's gonna use his Titan eventually. So yeah, now all of this is gonna die. All of this is gonna die. There's basically not gonna be a fleet left here for our red player. So yeah, the entire red fleet is dead. And yeah, the yellow fleet here is gonna try to counterattack, but with the Titan here, it's completely over. Can't do anything against that. So now bombing here, and we're gonna see the GG from coming out from Rage Against the Aliens, giving the victory to Fleet CMD, taking 4th place in this tournament. Congratulations and well played to both teams. And yeah, I hope you had a good time watching, and see you in the next video.